Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the principle of design called rhythm. So the first thing I am going to ask you to do is open up your sketchbook to the next clean 2-page spread, and then I want you to take your ruler and measure down 1 inch and draw a line across and across, and then go to dafont.com and find a font that says rhythm and Collagraphs. Slide that over so you can see. So there's an S at the end. There's an S at the end, okay? So that's the first thing we're gonna do. We can fill in your title later, but every time we do a new lesson, you need to go to dafont.com and make sure that you have a title for both sides of your 2-page spread. Okay, so once that is done, you are going to get a piece of white railroad board, and you are going to create this really fun plate. So on your tables, you should have a piece of foam. You can pick any color, it doesn't matter. And then on the foam, you are going to draw any freeform or organic shape, and then you're going to cut it out. Very similar to this. So once you are done cutting it out, you are going to use the tacky glue and glue those on in some kind of form or pattern, and then let that dry for a little bit, okay? When you're letting this dry, you can always come back in and color these in with either colored pencils or markers. I actually used a Sharpie. So that's the first thing that you're going to do once you finish this. Now, the next step, once this is all done, is we're going to make 2 different pages. So the page on this side, I took my plate and I shoved it underneath here, and I just colored with a crayon, very similar to the texture plates. So you're going to do that to the top, and you're going to do that to the bottom, because this is showing rhythm. You are using the shapes that you made into this fun rhythmic piece of art on the right side of your page. On the left side of your page, you are going to learn how to ink your plate and then stamp your print. So hang tight for that. That is going to be up next. Okay, so now that we have already done our crayon rubbing on the right side, on the left side, we are going to use our Collagraph and make a print. So this is going to be a regular rhythm because it is repeated. So in order to do a print, we need a couple things. So number 1, we need a brayer, and there's already some blue ink on here. Number 2, we need a plexiglass plate where you are going to roll the ink on. So the first thing you're going to do is roll the ink here, and then the second thing you're going to do is roll the ink here. So I don't want to ruin my Collagraph, so I'm going to put this on a piece of newsprint, and it's very squeaky, and my goal is to make sure that I can get ink on every single shape that I made. However, I am running out of ink, so I'm going to add a little tiny bit of printmaking ink to my block. This is not something that you will be doing. This is something that Mrs. G will be doing. So I'm gonna roll, and it is very squeaky. And I'm gonna pretend that I am putting some paint on the wall, and I'm gonna make sure that I get every single shape on my print. Okay, so my purple and pink shapes are now blue. My goodness, I made too many shapes. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna slide this over. I'm going to take my plate and I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna make sure that it's horizontal, and I'm going to press down, and then I'm going to very gently peel it off. Pretty cool, right? So now I'm going to do this bottom part. I'm gonna slide that up a little bit, and I'm gonna add some more ink. Actually, I do need some more ink, so let me add a tiny bit more to my plate. The foam is really thick, so it is soaking this all up. Okay, and then let me put this here so I'm not making too much of a mess. And since I'm only doing half, I don't really need any more. So I'm going to take this and then press, and then pull it off. So here you go. Here is my rhythm and Collagraph completed 2-page spread. As soon as this dries, because you're going to need to put this on the drying rack, as soon as this dries, you are going to take a picture and submit it right here in this Canvas module. You are also going to put this on the drying rack too. So make sure your name and class period are on the back, because you are going to save this.